Hello everybody, Internet back again with another video. Oh boy, Rafael Nadal is looking impressive. Oh boy, Rafael Nadal is looking sharp. Oh boy, Rafael Nadal is looking strong. And like the title is saying, and the answer to this title is yes, and oh baby, yes. Definitely Rafael Nadal can win the Australian Open 2022. Why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he? He has all the chances in the world. If Djokovic was around, I would never believe that. I need to see Nadal beating Djokovic outside clay, which I have not seen since 2013 US Open. 9 years ago, Nadal defeated Novak Djokovic last time outside the clay courts. 2013 US Open final. But the other players, Nadal can beat them. The other players, Nadal is not afraid of them. The other players, Nadal challenges them. What did I say about his first 4 opponents when I did a video 1 week ago? Because I have actually wanted to do more videos, but I've been sick and I'm still a little sick, guys. What did I say 1 week ago or so when I did a video? I said those 4 opponents, those first 4 opponents Nadal will face in this year's Australian Open, they will not stand a chance. Rafa will lose 1 or 2 sets as maximum in 4 matches. And Rafa has lost only 1 set against Karakashinov in the 3rd round. The other 3 matches he has won in straight sets. Is Giron a challenge for Nadal? Is Hoffman a challenge for Nadal? Is Karakashinov a challenge for Nadal? And Adriano Manarino. All respect to Adriano Manarino. Probably he's playing his best tennis of his life at the moment. But Adriano Manarino, my friend, you're not facing Aslan Karachev, who did 86 unforced errors against you in the 3rd round. You're not facing the unforced error machine Aslan Karachev, who did in 3 matches 238 unforced errors. 107 in his first match, 45 in his 2nd match, and 86 in his 3rd match. Just make that math. Make that math. Together in those 3 matches, Aslan Karachev did 238 unforced errors. And against Manarino, he did 86 unforced errors. Adriano Manarino, you are facing a consistency machine, Rafa Nadal, and you saw that consistency machine, what it did to you. All respect to Adriano Manarino. He did a tremendous good first set, where Rafa won in the end 16-14, that brutal long tiebreak, which took 28 minutes. But in the 2nd and 3rd set, it was just straightforward victory. 6-2, 6-2. Bam, bam! Take the flight back to France, Adriano Manarino. That was Rafa. That's what Rafa did to Manarino earlier today. When you face this kind of a consistency beast, you need to have a high level of tennis throughout the match. It is not enough just for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, like Adriano Manarino had in the first set. It is not enough because he never disappears, Nadal. That is his biggest strength. Rafa has many strengths, but if I can choose one strength of him, he's a warrior, he's solid, he's consistent, he never gives up. But if I can choose probably in my opinion, I don't know if you guys agree, what makes him so unique, what makes him so special is his ability to never disappear in matches. He never disappears. He never takes vacations. Every tennis player takes vacations here and then. Even Djokovic can do. He can just disappear for 1 set. I've seen it. And Federer, I don't need even to talk about him. He can give away matches for free entirely. That's why I call Roger Federer sometimes for Santa Claus. Like he did against Millman a couple years ago at US Open. 77 unforced errors from Roger Federer's racket. Rafa Nadal is not that kind of a beast. Rafa Nadal is not that kind of a player. Rafa Nadal is not that kind of a Santa Claus. He will never, mark my words, he will never give the victory away for free to his opponents. They need to earn it. That's why I was confident those first 4 opponents will never have a chance against Nadal. And some other YouTubers, they thought that maybe maybe Hubi Urkaz will take him out in the 4th round. Hubi Urkaz was not even in that 4th round. Hubi Urkaz lost against Adriano Manorino, which, by the way, I said that he played probably his best tennis of his life. But that was never enough against Nadal, because Nadal is not an unforced error machine a la Aslan Karachev. Karachev gave Manorino 86 unforced errors. 86! Do you know how many unforced errors Rafa gave Manorino? 22 only. 22! And Rafa did 42 winners. 20 more winners than unforced errors. That tells you all, guys, that Nadal, when he steps out in the tennis court, do you know what kind of message he sends? I will be here from the first to the last point. I will not disappear. Do you remember what Kevin Anderson said 5 years ago at that US Open final? When he lost against Nadal in straight sets, 2017. And he got the question, what makes Rafa so special? He said, it is many things, but if I can say one thing, he's so present in every single ball, in every single point. He never disappears. Even though that was Kevin Anderson's answer. He nailed it. He nailed it. I completely agree. And Rafa is not young anymore like he used to be. He's 35 years old nowadays. But he still doesn't disappear. He still doesn't take vacation during matches. You saw how close Manorino was winning that first set. He even had a couple of set points, Manorino. But Rafa was refusing. He was refusing to give that first set to Manorino. And we all knew when. Because when you face Rafa, I don't care which surface. Of course, especially on clay. But this is the case other surfaces as well. Grass and hard court. You need to win the first set. You need to win the first set to have the confidence, to have the belief, to stay toe-to-toe with him. If you don't win the first set, you will most probably lose. Yeah, I know he has lost tennis matches when Rafa has won the first set. It has happened a couple of times in his career, but those times are not a lot. We all know that, guys. It is not many times where Rafa wins the first set and then loses the matches. It has happened a couple of times, but not crazy many times. So winning the first set against Rafa Nadal is key. You need to win the first set. And the other key is you need to play your match of your life. A la Team 2020. A la Stefano Tsitsipas 2021, Australian Open, both those performances. A la Russell 2012, Wimbledon. A la Söderling 2009, French Open. A la Tsonga 2008, Australian Open. A la Del Potro 2009, US Open. If you look at those performances, I just mentioned a couple of them. They all of these dudes, they did one of the best performances of their life. If not their best performance of their life. Rafa will never beat himself, a la Federer. Federer, we know he can beat himself. Even Djokovic can do that sometimes. Not many times, but even him can do. He will never beat himself. Rafa is not any Sasha Zverev who lost against Denis Shapovalov after a horrible performance. 32 unforced errors and only 18 winners. Sasha could not hit through Denis Shapovalov. Rafa is not that kind of dude. He will make you suffer on the court. He will make you earn the victory. He will make your life difficult for you. And now Rafa is through to the quarterfinal and will face Denis Shapovalov there. Who do I believe will win there? I thought that Zverev will go to that quarterfinal. When I did my top 8 favorite list 10 days ago. Zverev is not there now. I don't believe that Denis will beat Nadal. All respect to Denis, who is a big shot maker, who has all the shots in the tool, forehand, backhand, serve. And he has improved his big weakness, which is his returns. But he will not take Nadal on that quarterfinal. I don't think so. I can see Denis taking maybe maximum one set. But beating Nadal, I will not be shocked. He can do that. We all know that Denis has that ability. He has that potential. He has the shot-making skills to do that. I don't think none of us tennis lovers out there in the world will be shocked if Denis takes out Nadal, but I will be surprised. And that is the difference between shocked and surprised. I will be surprised if Denis takes out Nadal. Dennis did a great performance against Sasha Zverev in that fourth round match, but Sasha was a Santa Claus. Sasha was making Dennis look like a superior tennis player. Dennis did 37 unforced errors and 35 winners, so Dennis does 2 more unforced errors more than winners. So it was not like Dennis was averaging 50 winners and 20 unforced errors. It was not a beast mode Denis Shapovalov we saw against Sasha Zverev. Sasha Zverev made Denis look invincible in that match. Sasha Zverev, world number 3 like he is, he shouldn't lose in straight sets. It is one thing losing a tennis match, but it is a total different story losing in straight sets. Sasha was serving for that second set. He produced 2 double faults in the same game. Sasha Zverev, he's a choker, man. Sasha Zverev has mentally problems. He was my second favorite before this event started. But I don't know if Sasha Zverev, he will win majors. He's too good of a player to never win a major. But he needs to improve his mental skills. He needs to improve his... he's a good tennis player. He has won 4 Masters, 2 ATP Tour finals in London. That 6 big titles, for God's sakes. That is 6 big titles. But he has never won a major. He has played only 1 Grand Slam final. And he's not crazy young anymore. He's 25 years old, guys. You cannot win matches with 29 winning points behind your second serve. 29%. 29%, guys. You cannot win tennis matches with that kind of a horrible stat. 69% he won behind first serve, which is not amazing either. 69%. But the most horrible stat, 29% winning points behind second serve. And only doing 3 aces. His biggest weapon, what is it? What is Sasha Zverev's biggest weapon? It is his serve. And he did only 3 aces against Denis Shapovalov. Only 3 aces. And only 18 winners. He could barely hit through Denis Shapovalov. He could barely hit through. Why? Because his serve plus game was not to be recognized. His serve plus game was not there at all. What makes Matteo Berrettini so damn good? His serve plus game is amazing. Matteo Berrettini's serve plus game maybe is the best in the world. If you can make Matteo Berrettini hit more than 5 shots, you have him. You will beat him. But if Matteo Berrettini keeps the rallies under 5 shots, he's more or less invincible. Why? Especially on his serve. Look what he did to Busta. Busta is not a bad player. He's a very consistent tennis player. Matteo Berrettini took him out in straight sets. Why? Matteo Berrettini was serving like a beast. 28 aces and only 1 double fault. Was serving 77% first serve, was winning 87% behind his first serve. 87%. And was winning 77%, 57% behind his second serve. Did 57 winners and only 27 unforced errors. He does 30 more winners than unforced errors, Matteo Berrettini. Why? I'm going to tell you why, guys. Because his serve plus game is unbelievable. His third shot is out of this world. Serve, return, and the point is over. His third shot skills are unbelievable. So, and PCB didn't have the greatest return in this match. So every time Matteo Berrettini was landing his first serve, he was getting a short return back and the point was over. The point was over. That's what makes Matteo Berrettini so deadly dangerous. His serve plus game is out of this world. Sasha Zverev's serve plus game was horrible against Denis Shapovalov. And that's why Denis won. Denis' serve plus game was much better than Sasha Zverev. When Denis was landing his serve, the point was over, more or less. The point was over. But when Sasha was landing his serve, the point was not over. Why? Because he was not hitting the spots. He was not having great... he was not hitting the spots. Sasha Zverev's serve was landing in middle of the court. Middle of a service court, guys. Because he landed over 70% first serve in Sasha Zverev. Over 70% first serve in. That is a great number. but was winning only 69% behind his first serve. Why? Because he was not doing enough good on the third shot. And that was exactly the opposite with Denis. Denis did a much better job on the third shot. So Denis won the match because he was much better than Sasha Zverev on serve plus points. Serve, return, bam. The point was over after that. If not in the third shot, for sure in the fourth or the fifth shot. Sasha Zverev did not do a great job in those serve plus points. Not at all. And he's mental weak, Sasha Zverev. Especially in the Grand Slam events. Because he, like I said, he has won 4 Masters, 2 ATP Tour finals, so 6 big titles all in all. The Olympic Games he won last year. He destroyed Novak Djokovic in the second and third set last year in the Olympic Games. Barely was missing any ball. He was not missing any ball, Sasha Zverev. But when it comes to majors, Sasha Zverev is really weak, guys. He needs to improve his serve plus points. He needs to improve his mental problems. He needs to improve his forehand, even though that has improved in the last couple of years. And he needs to improve his mostly mentally. Sasha Zverev's biggest problem is mentally. Because if he can play good tennis at Masters and in the ATP 2 finals, he for sure should play good tennis in the majors as well. Because it is not a physicality problem here. He has good physicality ability. He has good lungs. He has good cardio. So it is not a physicality problem here. It is all about mental here. He's not good in the majors. So Denis will face Rafa Nadal. Who do I think will win there? I think Rafa will win there. I don't see anyone stopping Rafa before the final. Look, guys, for me, Rafa is the heavy favorite. Period. Yeah, I know we have Daniil Medvedev on the bottom section of the draw, who is world number 2. Daniil Medvedev has defeated Rafa Nadal only once, a couple back in 2020 and in the ATP 2 finals in London. But even that match, Daniil Medvedev won. It was a close match, a close 3-set victory for Daniil Medvedev. But Rafa has defeated Medvedev 3 times, and they have faced each other 1 time in Grand Slams. And the US Open final 3 years ago, 2019, Rafa won in 5 sets. Look, Rafa Nadal chance to win the Australian Open for the second time is now or never. It's now or never. Djokovic is not around. He's kryptonite. We all know that Djokovic is Rafa's big kryptonite. Sasha Zverev lost in the 4th round. I think Sasha would have been a bigger threat to Nadal than what Denis is. Denis, guys, is a hit or miss player. He played 5 sets against Kwon. Kwon took Denis Shapovalov to 5 sets. Kwon should never have taken Denis Shapovalov to 5 sets. Jere took 1 set from Denis Shapovalov. Opelka took 1 set from Denis Shapovalov. This match against Zverev in this year's Australian Open was the only match Denis has won in straight sets. All the other 3 matches he has won in 5 sets or 4 sets. And that has to do a lot with Sasha Zverev. He did one of his worst performances that I've seen him. And he even said it himself after the match. All credit to Denis. He did a great serve plus match. He showed great shot making skills. But he was not phenomenal. He was not spectacular. He was not, at least not in my opinion. Sasha Zverev made Denis look very good, because Sasha was not good himself. Nadal will not give Denis Shapovalov 32 unforced errors. Nadal will not do 18 winners against Denis Shapovalov. Nadal will do more than 18 winners against Denis Shapovalov. Nadal will do less than 32 unforced errors against Denis Shapovalov. I'm picking Nadal to beat Denis Shapovalov. I'm picking Nadal to go to that Australian Open final and face Daniil Medvedev. That is my prediction of Rafa Nadal. Can he win the Australian Open 2022? Rafa Nadal? Absolutely. It is now or never for Rafa Nadal. We all know that he has 5 finals and 1 title in Australian Open. It is now or never for Rafael Nadal to win his second Australian Open. Djokovic's kryptonite is not here. Zverev crashed out in the 4th round. He has now only needs to be bothered by Dan Medvedev, and we all know that he can beat Dan Medvedev. Dan Medvedev, all respect to him, he's a great tennis player, but Nadal can for sure beat Dan Medvedev in that Australian Open final. I think we'll get an Australian Open final between Rafael Nadal and Dan Medvedev 1 week from now. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace!